This is everything that I've read and listened about with the upcoming Rebirth Island update coming out on March 23rd. So, first off, the map update, which is obviously the biggest part of this. Security is now going to be known as Stronghold, and as you can see in this picture, it's going to be pretty big and it's going to be a building for once, which is really sweet because no one ever went security because of how open it is. There's no loot, so I'm really eager to see how this building and security, which I mean I should say Stronghold, now plays out, and how many people land there, because I feel like it's going to be a really hot drop, at least for a little bit, you know, because everybody wants to try out the new area, and I can't blame them because I'm going to too. There's going to be 2 boats on the map, one by Nova and one by Control, and I really think that's going to make even more foot traffic over by Control, because that's where I go every game, and I just feel like there's always at least 2 teams fighting at Control. I wouldn't say always, but most of the time. Next is uh, redeploy balloons in Rebirth, which I don't know if I'm a fan of this or not. I wasn't really a fan with it in Caldera anyways, but I feel like it'll help the pace of Rebirth get back into that really fast pacing. But I feel like you're going to have to watch, because I don't know where they're going to put them at in the map. I feel like you'll have to watch because you'll probably get lasered trying to go up the zip on that thing, and it might not even be worth it. You know what I mean? Next is, if you can't afford a UAV but you want to get a little bit of intel, they're going to have this thing for 1,500 points or dollars in the game that is like one wave of a UAV. So what I mean by wave is, you know how it like goes out on your map, like one big wave. You get one wave for $1,500, and that's it, instead of like the full UAV. But for late games, man, especially if it's like one-on-one situation, that little wave could tell you exactly where the other person is potentially. You know what I mean? And especially if you don't have enough leading up to the end game, you could buy that. You know what I mean? It can make a big difference. Next, this isn't coming to Rebirth yet, but it might in the future. They're going to raise the health in Caldera to 300 from the 250 that we've all known and loved. Um, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm perfectly fine with it staying at 250. I don't feel like there's not enough health. I don't know. I'm eager to see how that plays out in the game, but as of now, I would like to see it stay in Caldera and not come to Rebirth, because I don't feel like we need it in Rebirth. That's just me personally. Next, I don't think this is going to be as soon as the patch comes out, but Nebula rounds are going to get some kind of change. I'm not 100% sure what kind of change or anything like that. I just know that they are going to get changed. Um, Next, your gas mask will no longer interrupt your jumps. So if you're jumping off of a building, your gas mask will no longer interrupt your jumps and make you fall, which is very awesome. Speaking of gas masks, you are now going to be able to drop your gas mask for your teammate, which is, I think, is sweet, because there's been plenty of times where a teammate's been coming back and like their loot's by the gas, and I could be like, hey, here's a gas mask for you when you go to get your loot, which I think would be awesome. I'm really excited about that one. Next is armor out of satchels. So you know, if you go to some loot on the ground and there's an armor satchel there, but there's no plates laying out. So now, let's say you run up there and you need plates, you can get plates out of that armor satchel that's laying on the ground. Not 100% sure how it's going to work, but I think it's awesome. But at the same time, everybody's going to have armor because satchels are already rampant, which I guess is not a bad thing. I mean, I'd rather have armor, more armor than less armor personally. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm just eager to see how all these changes end up playing out compared to how we're used to playing now. Next is, you can stand or choose how you're standing when you get revived. So you know how the guy randomly jumps up real fast when you're getting revived? You no longer have to do that. Like, say if you get hit by a sniper, you don't want to stand up, you can be prone when you get revived, and your guy doesn't have to stand up real quick, which I think will be awesome for those situations where you are getting sniped across the map and you don't have to worry about getting picked as soon as you stand back up. I'm really happy for that one too. Next, I'm not really excited about these, but Plunder becoming Rebirth, Payload from Verdansk, where you push the car, you know what I mean, the truck to the area, that's coming to Rebirth Island somehow too. And Resurgence Solos is going to be a thing. I'm sure it'll come to Rebirth too. And you might think, how's that going to work if you don't have teammates to spawn you in? But essentially, they're going to say that every 30 seconds you're alive, you're going to get an extra life. So I don't think you can stack lives by no means, but like, as long as you're alive for 30 seconds, you'll get an extra life. But I just feel like that's going to make people camp so hard, at least when they first fly in. Nobody's going to want to push anything because I'm going to wait till I get this 30 seconds so I can get my life back. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you? And then last but not least is the portable buy stations, which I'm not even sure how these are going to work or how you buy them and all that. I just know that they said that you're going to have the option to like buy a portable buy station, carry it around with you, throw it down on the ground whenever you need it. So, you know, that last circle, you need to buy a teammate back, you need to get some kind of kill streak for your team, whatever it may be. You could throw that thing down on the map and buy it right there on the spot. Now it will pop up on the map through the enemies that you have one placed, which I think is fair. Because if you're going to be able to buy at the very end of the game, that at the very least it should give up that you have one. And it doesn't say that if you drop one, if the enemies can use your portable buy station or not. I guess it's just something we'll have to find out later on our own. But as of right now, that's everything that I've read and listened to about the new update. I'm going to end this video right here after we get this win, because this is an old video. This isn't live, obviously. This is a voiceover. But thank you for making it this far. If you've made it this far, and if you like this video, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It does help out. I promise, if you watch somebody and you like their stuff, leave a like, leave a subscription. It's free on YouTube, you know what I mean? But it helps people out, it really does. I plan on getting back into this content stuff a lot more in the future. I just want to keep it going. Like, I've came this far with this little stuff I got going on. I just want to make it work better. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by. Until next time.